Cal Huber with Huber Supply. We've been in business since 1939. I'm the fourth generation to work here. We're a gas and welding distributor here in Mason City, Iowa, and we have a store here in Mason City, Ames, Iowa, and Owatonna, Minnesota. The main thing we do is we fill and distribute cylinders of gas, oxygen, nitrogen, argon, CO2, all across the Iowa and southern Minnesota market. Yeah, we have a wide array of customers, from a bar that needs CO2 gas all the way up to a manufacturer that needs argon, oxygen, nitrogen for their lasers or for their welding manufacturing. We started working with TrackAbout, which is our cylinder tracking company, and they got us hooked up with Metalcraft on using their metal ID tags, and it's always just been a great relationship. So about 10 years ago, we adopted cylinder tracking. Every action that happens with our cylinders, whether it's filling it, picking up from a customer, delivering it, loading onto a truck, is tracked. So we have over 30,000 assets in the field that are at customer sites, and we needed a way to have accurate data on where they are, when they were delivered, what we picked up from a customer, what we dropped off.
Using the TrackAbout system, each day that our trucks go out on route, we do what's called a load truck, and we're scanning each of the barcodes of all the tanks that will go on that route. So then the truck will recognize each barcode that goes on there, and then when it comes back, they'll do an unload to make sure basically all the tanks are accounted for.
Before the barcodes was a lot of pencil and paper, hoping that someone didn't write down a number incorrectly or write down the wrong number of cylinders at a customer when they're doing an audit. Now with TrackAbout, we can go in, we can scan every cylinder, and it can give us a detailed list of how long the cylinders have been there, what cylinders, what gas is in the cylinders. It's a much better process than just writing down. Our cylinders go on trucks out in the middle of, it can be -20 in the winter, all the way up to 100 degrees in the summer, with the sun beating on them. We needed a reliable tag that stayed on. We have other labels on our cylinders that tend to rip off. The nice thing about the Metalcraft one is it's on there, and until you put a blade on it, it's staying on, even in the middle of winter. Our goal when we implemented TrackAbout with the Metalcraft tags was to track every piece of data that we could with it. So we track a fill all the way to truck loading, truck unloading, deliveries. We do a lot of forklift propane here. I don't think without TrackAbout Metalcraft labels that we'd been able to do that as we did. With TrackAbout, we were able to know that, okay, we have X amount of customers that need X amount of cylinders, being able to manage our inventory of empty cylinders so we could continuously supply propane to those customers. If you run someone out of forklift propane, it's not a good day. It shuts down everything. So being able to effectively manage that in a much better way than we could have before, it's something that it's hard to put a dollar figure on how much that's helped us.